Welcome to Tuesday's Market SITREP here at TGO. That's Top Gun Options. I'm Wiz. My name is Matthew Buckley, the Chief Investment Strategist here at TGO. And folks, we're getting ready for a joint primary and weekly options live trade brief this morning at 10 a.m. So I'm going to knock this out real quick. Great brief this time last Tuesday. We put on an SPX bull put spread that expired on Friday for a full profit of $1,400. We also put on an XOM Mobil. We legged into an iron condor by putting on a bull put spread, the 82.5, going right down the pike. That iron condor is looking to expire for a potential max profit of $4,000 on about $4,000 in risk. MGM bear call spread, which is also looking great. Let's just pull up MGM pre-market. There it is, MGM. So we put on a bear call spread last week right about here. Let's take a look at those strikes again. The 33.5, 34. So the 33.5 is right here, 34 is right here. I don't see anything good coming out of MGM this week, nothing in the press. That's going to also most likely expire on Friday for a max profit of $2,500. What's that? In essentially a week and a half to 2 weeks. And finally, we put on a Goldman Sachs repair trade, a bull put spread after the financials really started to rally. The 250, 247.5. Let's take a look at that. Pull up Goldman Sachs. There you go. Down here, I put on a bull. There's this rip your face off rally. Little, is it going to be a dead cat bounce right here? I said nope, and it took off. So there's a nice repair trade from Goldman Sachs on last week. That's going to look to make about $1,700. What's that? Four for four. One more, we'd be an ace in a week, folks. So we have a lot of great stuff going on here at Top Gun Options. So I'll see many of you at 10 o'clock. All right, let's go to our quick strategic brief. Saudi Arabia intercepts missile fired by Yemen rebels. Folks, here we go again. You know what the target of this was? The Royal Palace. The last bottle rocket they shot, they were trying to hit the airport, a G20 nation airport. Saudi Arabia's not going to sit around much longer to take this. The new young and up-and-coming crown prince called the last bottle rocket shot towards the international airport, an act of war. How do you think he's going to feel about being targeted in the Royal Palace? Whenever you see these words right here, put Iran. Okay? For 8 years, the Obama administration just... I can't even say those words. Did you see yesterday? Of course you didn't see it because it's, the liberal media's not going to tell you this. It derailed its own drug investigation. It essentially put a drug, anti-drug efforts on the back burner to support Hezbollah, which is obviously Iranian-backed, so they could grease the skids for the Iranian deal. You want to know why? I think it was about a month ago, we completely destroyed all these poppy and drug fields in Afghanistan. It was because of that. It was because the president found out what the Obama administration had done to help get that Iranian deal passed. It's disgusting. Barack Obama is just whatever. I can't do it. Great brief yesterday by the president. He briefed our forward-looking defense and national security strategy. Says Russia and China, hey, we can cooperate, but these guys are not necessarily super friendly. You remember Obama again when he poked Mitt Romney down here in Boca Raton, actually, at one of their presidential debates, and said, "Hey, the '80s called. They want their foreign policy back." Nice job, moron. So China's looking at a little bit of a liquidity problem. A huge bank, less than 2 weeks after the company said, hey, we're solvent. Well, here's what worries me is I've always believed that, we'd never really see a Bear Stearns or Lehman Brothers in China. Why? Because we wouldn't know about it. The government wouldn't let that happen, and they'd probably be quiet about it. Well, I don't know if that's going to be right. We're going to talk about FXI in our brief. Tax plan, folks. The futures are up. Everything's up. You can't keep this market down. The tax plan is just getting better by the day. The New York Fed is raising its GDP for the fourth quarter to 4%. Remember all the folks during the campaign when Donald Trump said, hey, I'll get us up to about a 4% GDP? They laughed at him. Even Republicans laughed at him. Who's laughing now, folks? God, I love being one of the only financial professionals in the entire world that not only predicted Trump would win, but this resulting market rally. So we're going to get tax reform this week. Record highs. Remember, all these the smart money that, again, said Hillary'd win by double digits, and if Trump won, the market would implode, are also saying, hey, all the tax reforms priced in. You can sell that all day long. I'll take the other half of this. These guys have no idea what they're talking about. Once the average middle-class family starts seeing about $1,500 to $2,000 or just a little extra scratch in their paycheck, man, it's bullish, folks. Giving money back to the people is bullish. Giving it to some bureaucratic idiots in Washington to spend it on yellow-bellied sapsucker mating, studies is stupid. Give us our money back. SocGen saying the same thing. Not me. Goldman. Hey, the banks are going to have a rip-your-face-off rally. Our J.P. Morgan and Morgan Stanley trades are doing awesome. I showed you that repair trade on Goldman Sachs. We're looking great, folks. Here's what's not going to look great in 2018. I get all this Bitcoin, Litecoin, this is where you should be. Here you go. Will digital currency be the next Bitcoin? The flawed case, bull case for Bitcoin. Look at this. A cryptocurrency exchange in South Korea collapsed overnight and filed for bankruptcy, and crypto's imploded this morning, folks. Say the word crypto, which means computers, look at North Korea, folks. They hacked Sony Pictures a couple years ago because Sony made a movie that made fun of their dear leader. Do you not think that we're not one hack or one news story away from waking up? Bitcoin at zero. I get it, man. I'm not a mania guy, okay? I like trading. I like my options. I like solid base hits, and I like good years. I'll say this again, folks. If you want to invest in one of these cryptocurrencies, knock yourself out. Realize there are going to be thousands of them. And once you realize there's going to be thousands of them, the price starts to go down. Amazon, we have a couple bull put spreads that are printing money as well recently. Really happy about those. We're going to talk about CSX here. First of all, when a skipper dies in the military, the XO takes over. That's why we have it, because skippers can die, and you can't have a squadron without a skipper. The Black Pearl needs a captain, right? This guy, all these imperial CEOs think they're either going to leave forever or that nobody can replace them. I talk about it in my book, From Sea Level to Sea Level. These imperial CEOs have to do succession planning. CSX got hammered the other day when this dude mysteriously died. What do you mean? Nobody makes it out alive, guys. Look at that move. Do you really want that to happen to your stock? Well, I guess when you're the CEO, you really don't give a shit because you're dead and you don't know this happened. But this, we might... I'm thinking about dabbling into the transports here. Not necessarily a bad picture. I like CSX in general. I'm a FedEx guy. I used to fly for FedEx. But maybe we use this pullback in CSX as an opportunity to throw on a long-term bullish play on the transports. If the economy is going to turn around, especially the infrastructure bill that Trump's already talking about spending money on, and you would think that would be a bipartisan effort. Democrats, Moose, Rocco, unions would like this, but of course they'll probably say no too. My point being, CSX has got to move stuff. We're going to move Tonka toys, dirt, land, people for the infrastructure bill. Might be a time to look at CSX because this guy croaked. J.P. Morgan lowers Raytheon to neutral. Really? Defense stocks could see very favorable lift from tax reform. And not only that, look at the Air Force. Air Force FMS, foreign military sales, skyrocketed to $27 billion. Nearly 213% more than last year. Whatever, JP Morgan. We love our Raytheon. We are long-term bullish on it. This is another trade that is the gift that, look at that. Let me get rid of my lines here. The gift that keeps on giving to my members. We put on a Jan 20 trade right here. Look at that return. Bull put spread here, bull put spread here, and we have another bull put spread on this that's going to be just fine out to January. Raytheon, get in it, learn it, love it, live it. We love our Raytheon stock. We really don't care what JP Morgan has to say. And remember this, folks. At the end of the day, not one Democrat. And you ready for your morning coffee to spit all over your computer screen? Now there's some Democrats, 4 Democrats want Al Franken to stay in the Senate. Please, Al Franken, please stay in the Senate. You're a disgusting human being. You have no shame. I went through the Tailhook Convention, folks. If you were a naval aviator, even in the town of Las Vegas during the Tailhook Convention, your career was destroyed. Democrats, who cares? It's only bad when Republicans do it. Remember that, folks. SPX on a tear, folks. You can't, short of a war in the Middle East, which I briefed you on, is a distinct possibility, and North Korea, this market goes higher. Tax reform's bullish. The infrastructure spending is bullish. Next week, I think next Wednesday, I'm going to do a kind of year-end debrief of 2017. We've crushed it, and I'm going to give you a 2018 brief of where I think we need to sail and where we're going to be targeting our firepower, okay? So I got to get ready, got to do my show prep for 10 o'clock. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting, make sure you hedge, and God bless. We'll see you.